I've got a lot to say to you about your beautiful divine masculine in this reading. Okay, I'm going to get started by saying a few things. I've got lots of downloads today. It's flowing. So, they are tempted to come towards you in a passionate way. They are in a place where they miss you terribly. It's like they want to close the gap. They know you are home. They know their soul belongs to you. You belong to them. They want to close the gap, but they're also extremely passionate for you right now. Extremely spicy. Spirit is saying, if you are very strong in your Queen of Wands energy and they come forward and you get together, it may be a bit premature to go there in a physical way, because that will run a risk of them kind of pulling away and getting confused, and you don't want a repeat cycle. When they come towards you, the divine wants them to come to stay. There needs to be trust built up between you, meaning then you need to have intimacy with each other that doesn't involve necessarily going all the way off the bat. I'm just being completely blunt, okay, about what Spirit is trying to say. What else? Yeah, they're going through a lot of healing right now, a lot of it, a lot of healing, and intimacy is key. And, you know, it doesn't have to be complicated, just like basic intimacy, because that will foster the feeling of trust between you, because you both need to trust each other. You both need to build a foundation. There's a foundation that is going to be built, and that is what the basis of your relationship is going to rest on. So going into things too fast, too soon in the spicy department might backfire. Won't backfire, it won't like hurt things. This is a divine reunion happening, your divine counterparts, but it can make things much slower. It's like in order to speed things up, you have to slow down. You have to slow down in order to speed things up. That's what Spirit is saying. Okay, Archangel Michael is 0222. Please protect this reading. Please protect me. Please protect Gorgeous Divine Feminine. Please protect our belongings and our beings. And please protect our beautiful Divine Masculines and the special loving bond and connection that's so sacred and it's shared between Gorgeous Divine Feminine and our beautiful Divine Masculine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the angels. Thank you for helping us to trust our intuition above all, above anything, above, I mean, even readings, collective readings definitely, but even personal readings, you know, to trust your intuition. Oh, that just flipped out. I'm going to keep that out. That just flipped out like, I don't, look, I'm going to tell you something about the deck I'm using in a minute. Just want to say my thank yous and the blessings. So thank you, angels. Thank you for helping us to understand that our love, this connection, is not a delusion. We are not being delusional, that we can trust our hearts, we can trust our souls, we can trust our knowing, and we can trust our intuition, and we can trust this connection, even if the 3D doesn't reflect it and others in the 3D don't understand it. Thank you so much to the angels, 0333. Thank you to our ancestors. Thank you to our spirit guides. We are ready. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Now, Spirit is asking me to use decks that I don't use because it makes me uncomfortable. It's a pattern interrupt. Spirit said it's a bit like when a crystal appears in your life. You know, and a crystal just appears in your life. You don't know where it came from. Sometimes you find a crystal and it's because it needs to come into your life and it needs to come into the energy to bring something new to you. Spirit said that the decks, tarot decks, are a lot like that. They, you know, you need to bring in something new to give you a new perspective so that a new interpretation can come to you. Anyway, sorry, that was a bit wordy. So I'm using now the Stranger Things tarot deck. I will have to refer, not have to, but I would like to refer to their guidebook just to get more language. Spirit said yes, just to get more language and more vocabulary and more dimension. Okay, so I don't even know what these suits are because, like, for example, this says the 10 of strands and it's in reverse. So this is Joyce Byers putting up lights. This is what fell out. of the deck. Putting up lights, look at that. Oh, so immediately I'm getting like, this was in reverse, but I just want to talk about it upright for a minute. I'm getting, you see how Joyce Byers is writing on the wall the alphabet. So if you haven't seen Stranger Things, Joyce Byers is writing on the wall so she can communicate with her child who is not on the 3D plane, who's in a different dimension. Everyone thinks, oh, that's what I was saying just when I was blessing us with before the reading. I mean, the angels were blessing us, but you know, I said that even though people can't see on the 3D, that there is a connection. So I was going to say you are telepathic, and it just seemed out of place to say, oh, you're telepathic. But a spirit kept saying, you're both telepathic. You're telepathic with your divine masculine. So this is like you. You know that you and your divine masculine are in communication in the 5D, even though you're not in the 3D. And it's a bit like, you see, like these letters, and Joyce like speaks to her son, and the lights go off on these retro fairy lights. They go off over the letters to spell out something. Oh, goosebumps. Oof. So Spirit's saying that readings like this are a little bit like that. They're like a go-between to help you to confirm what you already know. You see what I mean? So Joyce knew there was a problem and her son was in danger and everything, and she wanted to communicate. She knew it, but the lights confirmed it. Do you see what I mean? So this is the 10 of strands. I've got a note down here. Strands are wands. So this is the 10 of wands in reverse. So in reverse, so Spirit wants me to use a different deck, you see what I mean, to get different perspectives. I wouldn't have got that using traditional, do you know what I mean, the decks and the ones I'm used to. So Spirit is saying that you're no longer going to need fairy lights and letters on the wall in order to communicate. It's been a burden, because traditionally 10 of wands is like a burden, right? It's definitely wands, yes. It's like a burden, right? A weight on your shoulder, not being able to communicate and trying to find ways to find out what your divine masculine is feeling, what's beautiful divine masculine going through, like when is this reunion going to happen, when am I going to hear from them. Now that's in reverse. You don't need that. You don't need the fairy lights, you don't need the letters. It's good to have confirmation, but trusting in your intuition and trusting in the telepathy that you have together is really important. So 10 of strands. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to do some more on that before I move on. This is a very different to how I usually do readings, okay? That's okay. It's going to take a bit of... I'm going to read also the guidebook to see if there's anything, another layer, okay? Spirit said, no, you don't have to read the guidebook, okay? I saw incoming love message in the next 48 hours for a lot of you. Incoming love message in the next 48 hours. That's probably why you won't need it, because you're going to start communicating. Something magical will happen in 3 days. So we got like 2 to 3 days, something going on. Your love heals me. They've been going through healing and your love has been helping them. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Spirit wants me to move on from this deck now. Okay, I will. All right, that's my little card to say move on. All right, so let's go to the... I'm going to go to the guidebook. Let's have a look at this. 10 of strands. Let's see it. Let's get another layer. Okay, I'm listening to Spirit. There's other layers here for you. Okay. I'm open to all of it for you. Okay. So upright, it says you may be feeling constricted by the people and things you love, but don't let it overwhelm you. Even friends as close as the party needs to take breaks from each other. The 10 of strands symbolizes feeling overburdened, often asking you to examine how much you're taking on. Stay strong. This is temporary and you will regain your balance soon. But it's upside down, because they say upside down as in Stranger Things, you know, with the upside down, because there's 2 dimensions in Stranger Things. Perhaps you're not fully admitting how challenging things are, or maybe you're reluctant to ask for help or share the depth of your struggles. Whatever it is you're not confronting, this is a breaking point. It's time to let others in and trust that they are showing up for the right reasons. Okay, so if that's relevant to you, that's great. For me, I'm not picking up anything right now that is relevant to what I'm intuitively getting off of that card. That to me is saying that communication is no longer going to have to be in the 5D. This is saying to me, and I saw also the card that said, and it was 1010, which is a new beginning, a new chapter. Also got the card saying that there's an incoming message. So I think that they're going to reach out for you, and you're no longer going to have to, like, do you know what I mean? Need to rely on alternative methods in order to communicate and find out what's going on, to get a read on your beautiful divine masculine. Okay. Right, I've got, oh, okay, these cards sort of rotated in an interesting way. The moon in reverse. What's dice? Swords. 8 of Swords in reverse. Queen of dice. Queen of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Okay, so the moon in reverse. Let's look at the moon upright. This is L. I'm trying to figure out who is in the background here. I don't know if it's the party, but this is L standing at a moon, about to face off a demogorgon or something, but it's in reverse. Okay, so let me see what I get from it first of all. So my layer, my interpretation, my intuition is saying that they're about to face, they're going to face head on a fear. So I've got an itchy ankle suddenly. Wonder what that is for, Spirit. Itchy ankle. They're about to head on face a fear, and I think, and it fell on this card, so I think it's linked to them coming to communicate with you and tell you something they haven't been telling you, because the moon in reverse is usually about something that's hidden from you. Okay, something that's hidden from you, and judging by the other cards over here, yeah, something that you don't know about, that they're getting, it's a large part of them holding back is because they're kind of scared to tell you this thing. So I'm going to now read about what the book says, okay, for the moon in reverse for L. And L is looking, that's punk L, you know, if you know Stranger Things. That's like her finding herself and getting this new image, you know, and becoming independent and breaking free. Yeah, because she finds this new tribe, doesn't she? Okay, let me look it up. I'm sure this video is not going to be most popular in the collective because it's just a different direction that I felt called to go in. So that's 18, isn't it? Here it is. So upright, you are being this is the book, and we don't have to go by it, but I'm going to read it because even if I don't connect with these words, you might. And I might, right? So this is written in reverse, but I like to read the upright and then the upside down. Okay, so first this is the upright. Are you being distracted by unnamed apprehensions or feeling like people are keeping information from you? 11, if you don't know Stranger Things, that character L is 11, okay? 11 experienced this uncertainty when she began to search for her family, instinctively knowing there was more to the story and unable to move forward in Hawkins until she had answers. The moon represents unfinished business, gaining closure and dispelling the anxieties that hold you back. And in reverse, no matter how many opinions you elicit or how much advice you receive, none of it is going to satisfy you. You already know the truth. Even if you aren't ready to admit it, trust your intuition and act accordingly. I got a lot from that, actually, surprisingly. It's like she knows that there's something going on. There's more to the story. You know there's more to the story. Okay? You know that there's something going on. You know there's something that's not being told to you. You know it concerns you. Right? And your intuition, no matter how many readings you do, you watch, whatever, you know that your intuition is right. Okay, that's that. So I'm going to pull an oracle on that right now. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Spirit's not going to tell you the secret, because the secret has to be told by your beautiful divine masculine, but part of it is that they've left their old home. We have seen that, I think, in yesterday's reading, that they've actually walked away from, yeah. And they've been like very nostalgic and missing you greatly. If there's something that you gave them, some kind of gift, they're holding that gift. They're holding that gift. They're reading. If you wrote them letters or messages, they're reading them. You see, like, this is keepsakes. You see that this pink bow energy. Look, see the pink bows. These are keepsakes. So this is not only are they looking at your messages and reading them. They're looking at something you gave them. They're really. It's like they're realizing that you are what is true. You are what's authentic in their life. Yeah, they love, you know, they have love for family and things like that and friends, but you really are the truth to them. And they realize they haven't been honest with you about that, about how 1555. It says, I want to fall asleep next to you. That's because they see you as home. I think I said that in the beginning. They see you as home. Interesting. Good things, I don't even remember doing this card. Good things wait behind the clouds. So this is saying that you haven't been able to see. And you know what's really interesting? I ordered these sun catchers and Amazon will bring them to me today. I think I ordered a pack of like 8 of them or 7 of them. And I bought them, right? And that's interesting that these, you see that? So these are sun catchers. So there's a sun behind this cloud, right? Good things wait behind the clouds, right? This represents your love. This represents your intuition. And this one represents your destiny. Thank you, Spirit. And the fact that I'm getting my order today tells me that those things, those good things you've been waiting for are coming very soon. Okay, thank you. See what I mean? Like a new deck, it puts me in a different, down a different lane to travel, you know? Loving you opens up old wounds. We've said that your love is healing them. And they have trust issues. This is what I told you about not rushing things too fast with the intimacy. They have trust issues. They don't know if you miss them the way that they miss you. Okay, and I've got this again. Look. Words don't come easy to me. How can I find a way to make you see I love you? Words don't come easy. It's really hard for them to talk to you, but they're gonna summon up the courage to do it, right? And tell you this truth. But the words bit, it's not about the secret. The words is about how they feel about you, that they love you. Okay, so let's look at the 8 of dice. What's dice? Swords. The 8 of swords. So usually the 8 of swords is about being trapped in a mental prison or a situation that you can't break out from. But you can technically break out of it, but you're up in your head. And that's in reverse, which is usually a really good thing in a reading. It means they're getting out of being up in their head. The reverse Queen of Swords came with it, though. This is them. I'm going to tell you straight. I'm going to tell you straight. I don't even have to look at these cards. So the reverse Queen of Swords is the one that has been spreading rumors. So I'm hearing, can you hear them talk about us? Telling lies, well, that's no surprise. Can you see them? See right through them. You know what I mean? Like they're like, it doesn't matter what they say. All the jealous games people play. Right? That was Fun Boy 3. Our lips are sealed. They're breaking out. So the Queen of Swords has had them, the Queen of Dice in this deck, has had them up in their head, has had them like on purpose, second guessing their intention to exit that karmic connection that they had, marriage for a lot of them, or some kind of commitment. A lot of them have shared, a lot of your divine masculines have shared assets, children, etc. They've been keeping them up in their head. In their head, zombie. They've been like feeling like a zombie, literally like a zombie, you know, up in their head. But this is in reverse. It means they're breaking free from that mental manipulation and control. I'm even feeling like hints of narcissism there. The 8 of dice, please. Let me get my glasses. Let's just see what layers there are for you. The 8 of dice. 8 of dice. So I've made arrangements for my kids for my school run, so I'm just checking to see if anyone's messaged me. 8 of dice, yeah. So in the upright position, even though it's in reverse, I'm going to give you the upright because it's good to have context, right? So that is like, you know, I'm not even going to try to interpret. Let me just read. This card represents a phase where you are letting the rules of the game dictate your every move in a way that restricts your autonomy. That's the karmic, all right, influence. If you don't like what you're doing, this is a challenge to figure out how to separate yourself from it. Why are you so committed to something that makes you so unhappy? So maybe the reverse Queen of Swords is harping on about, what about commitment? What about commitment? Where's all that? What about our vows? We promised. I don't know what they're saying. You can all be in their head saying, I'm a committed person. I'm a loyal person. You know, I believe in the vows. You know, like maybe they're on their moral high ground, but they're really freaking unhappy, you know. You can choose to stop playing at any time. The only person keeping yourself is yourself, right? So this was in reverse. The upside down 8 of dice may find you obsessed with the concept of winning. In fact, your mindset, don't worry if you don't resonate with this, we're just going to read it. In fact, your mindset may be so focused on the outcome that you can't appreciate your technique, your progress, or even enjoy what you're doing. You may find that you're critical of every move, causing a sense of paralysis before you make decisions. It's time to release yourself from this oppressive quest for perfection and give yourself a break. Yeah, what I'm getting from that, I'm getting stuff from that. I don't know about you. But what I'm getting is they really want to do things right, you know, because this has been coming through for reading after reading after reading. You know, they're a person that I know that it seems odd because you've connected whilst they're in a commitment, but and it was 2222 just left, was on the timer. They want to do things right. They want to do things right. And for the longest time, they tried to do the right thing in the connection that they were in. But they know now they have to get out of it, and they can see it for what it is. They can see the Queen of Dice is actually, you know, also playing into that energy of them needing to do the right thing and not going against their integrity. The Queen of Dice is kind of trying to play into that and pull their strings a little bit. You know, so let me go and look up the Queen of Dice. So upright, let me just scan through it. Don't need to read the upright. Upside down, Max doesn't back down to a challenge, and neither should you. There are situations that call for cooperation, but this isn't one of them. Your perception isn't wrong, even if others are trying to convince you otherwise. If you've been putting other people first, even though it means your needs are overlooked, this is your chance to stand up for yourself. Yeah, so basically, your divine masculine is now having to, they're basically saying, I need this. If you go, what about this? How am I going to do this, you know? And they're like thinking, well, now they're thinking, what about what I need? What about my freaking needs? You know, when is the last time my needs have been prioritized? And you, beautiful divine feminine, you're healing. Your love is healing. You shine a light, you know, on them needing to for self-love, for their self-love. That's what I'm getting. Interesting. I've got here 3 of spokes and 9 of spokes. Look at that. Let me look this up real quick. So spokes are cups. 3 of cups. Ooh. and Nine of Cups. Wow, they're both very good cards generally. Yes, yeah. No, sorry. Yeah, Cups are yeah, that's Cups. Those are really good cards. Those are really good cards. I'm getting that this is about you going out on a date, because usually the Three of Cups is about that. It's celebration, reunion, and also of wish fulfillment. That's what that means, like a wish fulfillment. You know, this is like a shiny new bike that a teenage kid would die for, you know. You know what I mean? Like a BMX from the 80s. All right, I'm going to read the meanings here, okay? Thanks for going on this experimental adventure with me. I know it's not your usual, so I don't blame you if you don't resonate with everything here. I just needed to break out of the mold a bit, you know. Upright. Okay, the friends who ride together stay tied together. This is ride or die energy. Remember in the readings we're like ride or die, Bonnie and Clyde. And the Three of Spokes is inviting you to celebrate your people. No crew is tighter than the party. The party is like a thing in Stranger Things. They're like a group of really 2555 of friends. And their friendships have seen them through the good times, the bad times, and the downright strange times. Take inspiration from them and make time for your best friends. They deserve to know how much you love them. This is about you making time for each other. When you get together, you know, taking time to be for intimacy. And like I said, like not rushing into the wands energy, you know, the downright, like getting into the passion, but just to really spend time together. You're going to I can see you lying on the grass, like looking up at the clouds and like literally just like kind of cloud busting together or something. Right? Or saying, oh, that cloud looks like a puppy dog, like sniffing a ball. Oh, that one looks like a, you know what I mean? Like just like making pictures out of clouds, holding hands, doing things like that. Okay, because that is like going to build the trust between you. And I've got the Nine of Spokes. Now let's have a look at the Nine of Spokes. Remember the lesson of letting go. Remember the lesson of letting go learned with the Eight of Spokes? No. This card represents the something better you were waiting for. It's time to indulge yourself to reward all of the dedication and hard work you've done. This is just saying you've done a lot of the work. You've done a lot of the work. You've done some letting go, and that's what's bringing this in. That you've released. You've released a lot. You've been in surrender. Okay, and this is bringing this in. All right, that was strange. The Stranger Things strange tarot reading. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going back to my comfort zone now. Actually, no, I'm not going to go to my comfort zone. Spirit said you're going to pull another deck that you're not used to. Sort of used to, but not. I don't really use this deck. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Spirit, what else do you want to say? Yeah, intimacy. You need to be intimate with each other. Like the card where you're both in a bath and you're just hugging in a bath with candles all around you. I'm seeing that card. Right. Watching the sunset, going for walks. Feeding each other in a restaurant. Trying desserts, like putting a spoon in each other's mouth when you go on a date. I'm seeing that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, reverse Queen of Pentacles and the reverse Chariot. Yeah, the third party is trying to block this from happening. Let me show it to you. Yeah. Also, there's another layer. They're afraid to come towards you because they think that you aren't going to be available, because we also have here the Nine of Pentacles, that you've got it all going on. That's also to do with that. But I pulled like fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. This is all just part of the cycle that's happening between you right now. Yeah, see, this fell on that card that I told you about, the third party trying to block it. Someone else is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. So they're trying to sabotage what they know is coming. And remember what I told you about intimacy? It says yeah, intimacy. And again with the cycles card, I feel like intimacy is really important. Like, I'm not talking like between the sheets intimacy. That will come, but it's really important for you for your trust. You see, look, the red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. I never read the words on this intuition card, but it's saying if they come forward prematurely and you feel that this is not the right time, you need to like listen to your intuition and do what's best for this reunion. Purple confirmation. Yeah, someone's watching you very closely, or going to be watching both of you very closely. Yeah. There's a lot of karmic stuff. Do I need to go into the karmic stuff, please, Spirit, really? Yeah, they haven't been telling you, but they're going to tell you about a divorce. Or a breakup, and it says Mercury retrograde, communication issues. There's probably communication issues all around, all parties involved right now. I think we may even be in retrograde. Yes, Spirit said yes, but luck is on your side. Someone's been very sneaky and very dishonest. That's that queen. That's that reverse queen of, was it dice? Yeah, remember the reverse queen of dice I saw in the Stranger Things deck? I told you has been saying things. Guardian angel is like saying it's not the time right now. This is a lost loved one watching over you. Because if they come forward towards you now, they're in a really kind of, I don't know if it's needy, but I'm feeling like an energy of needing. It's like they've been in a very codependent situation, and maybe you potentially could have been in that like that if you hadn't done the work on yourself, which you've helped each other to do, to ascend and to prepare for this union. And if they come forward now, it will be filling a gap that needs to be filled by themselves. It says they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. Someone has to tell you something. Again, there's something. It says you and your partner may be physically or emotionally distanced right now, but they will be back. They have something to tell you. Okay. So that Chariot, yes, the Spirit said yes, and luck is on your side again. Right. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else? Tell us more about what you were saying about the Chariot in reverse and things like that. Yeah, they're also not coming forward because they carry the burden of a secret. The Moon in reverse was also in the Stranger Things card. And I saw the 10 of Swords in reverse and also their healing. But yeah, they don't know that the Star in reverse with the 7 of Cups. They think that you may not be available, that their wish for you may not come true. That you have options, the 7 of Cups. I don't want to hold the Star up because she's nude. 7, and it's hard to cover her up, but you know, that's the Star, okay. And they know that they want equal give and take with you. They know they haven't been doing that. This is like the 6 of Pentacles, and you are their happiness, you see. Look at this is intimacy, okay. So this is the intimacy I'm talking about. Soul gazing. I'm hearing soul gazing. I have goosebumps right now. Soul gazing will be very important, just like looking at each other. I told you sunsets, right? Looking at each other, being out in nature. 3333 was passing as I was talking. Okay. They want, yeah, just like, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to. I'm hearing, we don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. Oh no, we can dance and party all night and drink some cherry wine. So, yeah, you can have intimacy, all right? But it's important to nurture it. You know, even if it's a few dates, like try. It's going to be really hard because you guys have been wanting to get together for so long. But look, this is the 4 of Wands. This is the 1111 card. And again, with the reciprocity card. The universe is saying you're going to get what you want. You're going to get your wish. What you have, you will reap what you sowed, right? it was 34 when I said that. You will reap what you sowed. You are going to have this happy ever after. This is a reunion and a wedding for a lot of you. Okay. Again, with the star in reverse, you have been thinking your wish isn't going to happen. They have been thinking your wish isn't going to happen. It came back again because you think they walked away. They think you've walked away, but they're going to message you. This is the Page of Swords. They're going to message you, right? They're going to message you. Let me know in the comments when they do. Cool. I feel a bit better now. I'm back to the cards that I feel more familiar with, you know. Oh, Spirit, why did you make me do that? Right in the beginning of a reading as well, so many people are going to click off the video going, oh, I don't resonate. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me. To the Ace of Cups collective diehards. So yeah, they've had their defense up because they think that you walked away, but they will message you and there will be a reunion with glorious give and take and reciprocity. Yes, they have been losing hope that their dream isn't going to come true and that you have options, but when you get together, you're going to enjoy moments of intimacy, intimate moments where you're looking into each other's eyes and you're going to see you seeing your soul reflected right back at you because you share the same soul. They don't want to lose you. The reverse Queen of Swords is here again. Again. She's trying. Also, she's trying to hold on to what she thinks belongs to her. Gender's reversed if you need to. They're coming out of this hibernation mode where they've been doing a lot of thinking. They're coming out of it and they're going to take the next step. They're going to take a next step because we had the Four of Swords in reverse. They're going to take that next step. So why is the Page of Rods in reverse? Why? Rods are wands, by the way. Why? Because they think you've got options. Again, with those cards. They will message you. Seven of Cups. So they think, why? It's a burden. They're carrying a burden about this, about thinking that you won't choose them. Yeah, you see, again with the burden, that these cards are just coming out and coming out and coming out. So I'll move on because the Spirit just wants to emphasize with the Three of Wands or the Three of Rods here. They want to take that step. This is not just a Two of this is not just a Two of Wands taking the next, you know, thinking about the next step and contemplating it. This is taking the next step. They want to take the next step. They're also thinking about how to speak to you, but they're holding back because they think, yeah, they don't know if you're single. They know that you're single, but they're afraid you're not, right? Yeah, Magician in reverse. Yeah, they're afraid they won't have what they want, this dream coming true, right? But look, again, thank you, Spirit. This is my favourite card. I have 600 plus of them and I only have one of these. A reunion or a deeper connection is imminent. This is the 222 and I swear this came out yesterday. I'm asking you out on a date, all right? Oh, Spirit just showed me up big time. Spirit said, you have got a 222 card. You have two of them. I just upgraded it. I upgraded it. You see, with my thermal printer on a holographic label. Thank you, Spirit. So out of 600 plus cards, these came out. You both know, this means that you both know that you're going to get together. I've got wine, dined and 69. I'm not going to say much else about that. Oh, Spirit, I can't show that one. This is my personal deck. So, strong foundation, home, finding home. Yeah, there's a foundation. OMG. What did I tell you? Okay, I think this is going to be probably the last card because this says everything. I said this. Okay, I will contact you. Gorgeous. They're going to contact you. I said this at the beginning of the reading. This is in really light purple. I'm going to read it to you. Nurture intimacy between you for trust and love before union. okay, before you hit the bed sheets. It says nurture intimacy between you for trust and love before schmegdual union. Okay, that's what it said. That's what it said. Okay, Spirit said we're done. Why are you shuffling more now? Oh, Spirit. Okay, all right, all right. Don't even go there with Stranger Things. Spirit said don't even go there right now. Okay, anything else, Spirit? Spirit just wants me to shuffle a few things in if there's anything. Yeah, you see, better to wait. Better to wait. Okay? Better to wait. It says it's not about rejecting them, because they have fear of that. I'm telling you, they have fear of that. It's not about rejecting them. Let me just take my spicy deck for a minute. I can't show probably the card. It's not about rejecting them, but it's about not being in a situation or putting yourselves in a situation where that would have to happen, or you guys go for it and then it's going to cause problems a little bit later on down the line, because you know the cake is not ready to come out the oven yet. Okay, that's a weird word, nostalgia. Okay, so this is interesting. I've got an image of, ooh, this is so spicy. It's an image of you in the bath, okay? There are like rose petals all around in the water. This is not the deck that usually I show you. This is a different deck. This is like a spicy deck. And your Divine Masculine is just like kissing your foot. Your foot is hanging off the bathtub and you're kind of like handling business. You're handling business yourself. So what this deck is saying, what this card is saying, is you don't have to not be have fun. It doesn't mean you have to be completely like with a chastity belt on or something. You can have fun, but there's something about the act, about the union. I'm trying to find the card that looks just like this one in a different deck, but I'm not being shown it. I can't find it, doesn't matter. Yeah, this one. It looks, so I can't show you this one because it's really spicy, and the paintings are like almost photorealistic. So the lady's taking care of business herself and he's enjoying the scenery. But it's a lot like this. I can show you this one. Okay, so it's a lot like this. But they're not necessarily getting down to business, but it's a very intimate moment, right? Yeah, this card moving on. They've moved on. Yes, I can see that from the third party. And this one's a beautiful one. I can't show you this probably, but they're in the garden. They're like wrapped in sheets and they're drinking together. It looks like cherry wine. It literally looks like cherry wine. Let me show it to you. Can you see? We can dance and party all night and drink some cherry wine. Uh-huh. La 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 la. Yeah, there's plenty of time. Trust me, you guys are going to be like, you're going to be so busy in that department. It's almost like there's no deck to express that. You guys are going to be so busy in that department. You got all the time, because I'm hearing gonna take my time in the Depeche Mode. Sorry, I went out of tune there. I've got all the time in the world. Right, there's time, right? Because again, this cycle, let them play out this cycle. Okay, let them play out the karmic cycle. Do not enter that, because when you do come together intimately and challenge. You see that? Challenge. They're working on inner healing. All right. When you do go there, it's going to be more than, it's not just going to be a normal, you know what I mean? It's going to be alchemical. It's going to be powerful, almost like you're gonna register on the freaking Richter scale. Those people are gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna like, it's like you're gonna show up on the Richter scale, you know, they're going to think there's an earthquake. It's going to be really powerful. Okay. And Spirit said there's more to it. They can't even go into it in this reading. It's 4444. So it was a strange Stranger Things reading. It's a strange reading today. I hope some of it resonated. I hope one thing resonated for you. It doesn't matter if it doesn't all resonate, you know, but I hope it was helpful. So let me know in the comments if any of it was helpful. I'd really love to know. Went out of my comfort zone there. Please like and subscribe because it helps my channel immensely. Helps me to reach more gorgeous divine feminines who need to hear this message. And if you'd like to get 30 days of divine masculine cards, I will gladly email them to you, one a day for 30 days, right? I'll email you. It's free. And also if you join the Ace of Cup Collective, it's free as well. The link's down below, and I'll be announcing in there how to create your own. I love this. Oh, some of you can have a baby. Oh, I'm returning to you. So I can help you make your own custom deck for your specific divine masculine to answer your specific questions about your specific situation. I'll be opening those doors probably around the 23rd of March, maybe a bit later. Okay, thank you very much. I love you. Thank you. Take good care. Bye.